with respect to that, so let me read the motion and then we'll call on the treasurer to answer any questions.
Excuse me,
Yes,
I might have done this out of order, but I'd like to speak to something if that's okay.
speak to something.
Well, I'd like to make a request of council, if that's all right.
I guess it is. It's out of order, but
Okay, well, I'm new, so I'm learning, as we all know. So after the events on the weekend with Jeff and I would like to make a request of council. I will be asking this council to support an investigation by the Integrity Commissioner into the ongoing undermining of the majority of the council. I feel the actions of some on this council in supporting grassroots have aggravated this situation by founding, joining, and continuing to supply them with information, some even possibly confidential. Our personal safety and our private lives need to be respected and protected by this council and our community. After this weekend, I have realized that's not going to happen. This group continues to put our personal safety and mental health at risk. I would like this council to cover the cost of that investigation, and if there is no finding of fault, I will return the money. And I'd like to vote on that now, please.
I'm going to call that out of order. I think that that's an appropriate discussion perhaps to have in closed session at some point in time. But I would look to the clerk or the CAO for any additional guidance on this.
I would agree that that could have been an addition to the agenda to be discussed in closed session. And right now the agenda was adopted as it was presented, so there would be no closed session on the agenda.
Okay, then I will move forward with the motion. I have it moved by Councillor Maxwell, seconded by Councillor Dunfield. Pass the resolution, the Municipal Service Committee recommends to Council that it receive MSC Report Treasurer 2024-01-29A for information, and further, Council approves all the recommended transfers to reserve in accordance with this report, and further, that Council approve the transfer of the estimated 2023 surplus of $1,058,798 to the 2024 budget to eliminate the need for 2024 general capital financing, thereby saving $288,825 in interest and $1,347,623 of debt servicing payments over the next 10 years. So that is the motion. It is on the floor, and I will ask the treasurer to go through her report.
Thank you, Your Worship.
Sorry, Cindy, I'm not trying to be rude, but I would like to, what is it called, point of order? I feel our safety was put at risk in this building, and I want to deal with this now. Like, it's all right to go into closed meetings when, you know, nobody in the public knows what's going on. The council is attacked at this table by this group. And I think for us to pretend that didn't happen is an insult to Jeff and me. So again, I don't know the proper procedure, but I would like to call point of order or whatever it is, because you guys should be protecting us. We should be protecting our employees. So I don't understand why it's because it was a councillor and his name is Jeff Banks. We are not doing the same thing we would do for an employee. I had warned this township about the additional supporting of this group would end up with either Jeff or I physically being assaulted. That was my worry. You guys did not take any action, and it happened. So I would like to address this now. If you guys do not want to support the $100, I will pay it myself. But I would like that vote to take and happen now, if that's possible.
I don't know where to go with this, Councillor Banks, but you're making all kinds of allegations.
No, I'm saying.
No, let me speak, please.
Okay.
I've let you speak, now let me speak. You cannot make all those kinds of allegations and suggestions. If there was a physical assault of some sort, that is what the role of the OPP is. That's not, there was no assault, there was certainly no assault that took place in this room at any point in time.
That is not true.
No.
Just because you don't consider it assault. We gave this person leeway because we didn't want to ruin her life. What happened after that? She escalated her behavior. That's exactly what happened.
Okay.
And I
We are
prove it.
here today to discuss the operational budget, and that is what I'm going to focus on. If you wish to raise this at a future meeting, we will deal with it at a future meeting. I will not have this meeting sidelined because of all the work that staff have put into this, it's important that we have this discussion and debate about what's on the agenda today, not all of these other allegations. So, I'm sorry, I've recognized you twice, Councillor Banks, I will not recognize you again. Councillor Jeff Banks.
Yeah, I've got to read this letter because I received a disturbing email Friday night from someone I had considered a 40-year-old friend. It might not be appropriate for the meeting, but everybody in here got this letter. The email was full of accusations about Councillor's life.
This is not, again, Councillor Banks, this is not appropriate. This is not appropriate for this meeting. This is not what's on the agenda right now. I'm going to deal with what's on the agenda now, or we're going to postpone this meeting, and we'll call another meeting somewhere down the line to deal with these concerns. Now, can we get on with the business of the council?
Well, I guess we don't have any choice, do we?
Well, either that or I'll simply adjourn the meeting and we will deal with this appropriately at the
Can I
appropriate
just say one
time.
thing though? When people send letters to council, we have to be, especially when they're accusing us of implication of stuff that's going to be dealt with today, we have the right to defend ourselves about that.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
We're all subject to criticism, there's no
That's
question about that.
And that's what I was going to read today, is the accusations of what has happened and what's going to happen today and what we're not going to do with this so-called some projects and that. We don't have to receive that kind of nonsense and then not be able to protect ourselves and to fight back in that. I understand you want to get on with the budget, but this other issue with this grassroots idiotic nonsense,
And councillors supporting them.
we're going to deal with it. And we will deal with it. If we're not going to deal with it today and tomorrow, I can guarantee you it's going to be on a future council meeting and we're going to deal with it because it has to stop.
I respect that, and you're certainly entitled to that opinion, but I think there needs to be advance notice to the staff that this thing is going to be on an agenda in the future, and then we can have a wholesome debate, either in public or in private, whatever is appropriate.
Yep.
But if it's about identifiable individuals, it needs to be dealt with in a confidential manner. I do not want to subject this municipality to a whole slew of legal fees
No.
because of some discussion that just,
You did for
Arise.
Carolyn Brzee.
I'm sorry, I'm not going there, Councillor Banks. That is not the case, and you were not here, so you would not know. All right, I'm going to turn to the treasurer now, and we're going to try to get on with our meeting, and we will add this particular issue. You can certainly give notice of that issue to the clerk, and we will add it to a future meeting.
Can I
But
say?
today and tomorrow is going to be focused on the budget.
I'll just let Mary Ellen know that I'm giving her notice and she can put it on the next available meeting.
We will do that.
And nothing against Mary Ellen, I'm asking now, and if she needs a letter, I can send her one, or she can draft one and I can sign it.
Well, it would be fair that members of council actually have the whole background before it may be discussed. And then we can determine whether it's appropriate for open or closed. All right. A little bit of a side bar there, but.
Sorry, Cindy.